For this meditation, I actually could not see anything that I could clearly define. I saw shapes and I saw like figures moving, but everything was a blur. I couldn't really see clearly. I opened my eyes and I looked at the recording timer and I saw that it was 333. The numbers 333 or 3 or 33 can be significant for you or mean something. But I closed my eyes again and I tried seeing more, but it was another few minutes of not really being able to see. And then I think I finally got the message, which is flying blind, not being able to see, not having the ability of foresight, but also in a way, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting spirit, trusting God, source, goddesses, angels, ancestors, whatever it is you believe. I think that's what this reading is about. We're flying blind with this reading. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, and I didn't even notice that other cards had flipped over. We have the Four of Swords in the sideways, and it's upright. It typically means rest, that you have taken a break from something, you have taken a reprieve, or you needed to step back from something. In the reversal, this signifies unrest. Whatever it is you're trying to settle or take a break from, you're not able to. Swords, they're the element of air, which is mental clarity, mental focus. Something was probably putting you at mental, emotional, spiritual unease, but you're unable to truly settle your mind about it or take some well-deserved break from a certain situation. It's still in your head. Now, the two cards that had flipped over, the Wheel of Fate or the Wheel of Fortune, along with the Death card, which symbolizes rebirth, ending of something, a beginning of something else. And that is also what the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Fate card is all about. These are both cycles. The Wheel of Fortune card is a revolving cycle. But with the Death card, this is indicating that something needs to change. Either the cycle needs to change, maybe your mindset needs to change, maybe you have to actually take a step back from the entire situation, or maybe in taking a sufficient enough rest, you'll be able to essentially refresh yourself. Put an end to a certain situation, whether that be something in your mind or your energy levels or a habit, and create something new. But it looks as though it all hinders on being able to energetically step back from something. And with the Wheel of Fortune card, time is moving, cycles are turning. Regardless if you want it to or not, this is an indication that essentially life is moving and you have no choice but to move along with it or get caught in the cycle. You have to grow and you have to evolve or repeat history again and again and again. 3 cards came out in the first shuffle. So I think the number 3 is significant because look at these 2 cards specifically. You've got 3 swords hanging above and then 1 sword down below. The 3 swords, that's like the mental anguish hanging above you. The 1 sword, that's like your one attempt at trying to rest. And then on this card, we've got 3 butterflies. 1, 2, 3. And butterflies represent transformation. So we have the 3 of Cups in the reversal as your 4th card. 3 of Cups can represent overindulgence, isolation, disintegrating bonds, infidelity, gossip, possibly people talking about you behind your back, or realizing that certain people that you thought were in your corner aren't actually in your corner. And that's significant because the bottom of the deck is actually the King of Cups in the reversal. Anxiety, lack of caring, control, violence, imbalance. So it's possible that the person or the people that you thought were in your corner were not, that they were actually emotionally imbalanced or just very antagonistic. They were not a good emotional support to have. This could explain why you also need some rest, some energetic rest, because you're dealing with people that don't have your best interest at heart. But this could also be you. Just saying. You could be an emotionally immature person that partakes in gossip, in being an unsupportive friend, or just being overall not a good reciprocator when it comes to balanced relationships. And this could indicate that you need to step back, take some rest, maybe get yourself into alignment. Maybe put away certain habits, certain mindsets, certain actions in order to transform and become a different person. If this is about someone else, then you would still need to step back because your own accountability of the situation is willingly being involved with people that are not good for you. And there are certain things about yourself that you need to work on so that way you can avoid these types of people in the future. Regardless, no matter which way it goes, you have something to work on. Whether that be the ability to see people for who they are or the ability to be a better person yourself. Number 38, heal the ouch in the sideways. In the upright, it represents taking a step back to heal yourself, possibly studying some type of alternative healing or doing some type of therapy work. It is focusing on healing yourself or learning how to heal so you can heal yourself and by extension help heal others as well. In the reversal, you might have done some damage to someone, and it is part of your evolution and your growth to take accountability for whatever you may have done to other people and to apologize. It takes a lot of courage, introspection, willpower, and determination to stand up to yourself. We always hear standing up for yourself is tough and you need to stand up to other people. It's a whole other ballpark when you have to stand up to yourself and essentially go toe to toe with you and point out your own flaws to yourself and take accountability for that. Taking it a step further and then going to whoever you need to go to and apologizing. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You very well could have been hurt by people and you very well could have hurt people at the same time. You know what? This is probably why I didn't see much in my vision, because move by faith, not by sight. Walking by faith means having an eternal perspective so that we can feel at home in both worlds. 2 Corinthians 5:6 to 5:8. Walking by faith, not sight, means fixing our eyes on what is eternal. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Food for thought. Then we have details in the reversal. Now, in the upright, this represents paying attention to the details, making plans, getting everything ready. In the reversal, this is saying not to get bogged down or deterred by the details. It doesn't need to be perfect. And there's a saying that I've heard constantly because I personally am a perfectionist. And the saying is, done is better than perfect. Which means if you are so focused on being perfect, you're not going to complete what you're doing to actually enact it, to put it into action, because you're going to be so obsessed with the details that you are prolonging acting on it. But when you have the drive and the confidence to just start, to just begin, to put something out there or to begin acting on a plan, even if you don't have all the details figured out, because this is kind of going back to the whole fix your eyes on what is unseen, you don't see all the details. So trying to see all the details, trying to figure it all out, trying to have it all done, it's taking a lot of time. And time is what you need to utilize. Time is what you should be present in. So yes, work on the outline of a project, a plan, a goal. Go ahead, work on some of the finer details, but do not get so distracted with every detail that you essentially miss the opportunities of taking action. And this could be in regards to taking action to heal, or taking action on apologizing to someone, or taking action to take some rest and figuring out how you want to change your life, how you want to make it different. And then we have number 9, storm fields. There are gray skies and storms around you. Very much like the beginning of the reading, you could be going through certain things. But this is a reminder that this too shall pass. Just because a storm has entered your life and it has created chaos around you, remember, in nature, through the chaos, new life is born. The Death card. When we think of a forest fire, for example, it decimates, it destroys, it completely obliterates. But we have also seen the profound effects that a fire can have on regrowing and renewing life and nature itself. So this is a reminder that it doesn't matter what comes your way. Anything that happens to you is a moment to grow, change, and evolve. The only thing is, will you be able to actively participate in that growing and that evolving? Because you can wait it out. This too shall pass. You can wait it out. But when you wait it out and when you don't learn, you don't make some preparations for the next time it comes around, you're going to be waiting it out again in very much the same situations, and maybe your foundations for the home that you're taking shelter in isn't strong enough because you didn't fortify it from the last time. And it creates this domino effect of eventually the structure that you're taking shelter in is not going to last. It's very much like mental and emotional health and physical health. It requires maintenance. Not only do you need to weather the storm, but you need to actually transform through the storm. Because if you're just weathering the storm, you're going to be battered again and again and again by the storm. So every storm, every situation is a learning process. And you have to constantly see it that way, because if you do not, you're going to stay stagnant. Two cards came out, rock bottom in the reversal, followed by commitment in the upright. Now, rock bottom in the reversal, this indicates addiction. Addiction to doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again and getting the constant same results, which is literally what I said earlier when I was talking about the Wheel of Fortune and the Death card. You've got these cycles going on. Life in the world continues to turn and it keeps going. But there are certain things that you need to change in order to catch the windfall of good karma and good fortune that is supposed to come your way. Now, this rock bottom is essentially saying that if you fear change, you need to actually desire the change. You need to actually want the change in order for change to occur. Because if you don't want the change, you're going to repeat the same cycles again and again and again. And then right after that, the commitment card. This is asking you to be committed to changing. Be committed to growth and evolution. Through your commitment, you will strengthen yourself, but you will also strengthen the relationships around you. But it requires commitment and dedication to change. Now, the bottom of the deck, making a choice in the reversal. You can no longer compromise. You can no longer allow certain people, certain places, certain things to put you in situations that you don't want to be in. You have to fully understand what it is you want and make a choice. Make a choice by either changing who you are, make a choice by changing the circles that you're involved in, make a choice by changing maybe your life path, your life direction, your spiritual beliefs, your daily habits, your daily schedule and routine. There's so many things that you can tweak and you can change that will have a domino and ripple effect that will branch out to other parts of your life. But again, it requires your active participation in order to change. If you don't like certain things about your life, you can make it different. But you just have to see that you can make it different. You have to know and understand that you actually have the power to make life the way you want it to make. This too shall pass. Learn from it. Enact better strategies in the future. Know yourself more. Be around better people that care for your emotions, care for your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Be committed to change, to growth and evolution. Understand that change is a natural part of the world. In order to move forward, you might need to actually have a type of confrontation, a type of closure that might help you move forward. If you find that it's hard to let go of some things, it's hard to change, or if you find that it's hard to be committed to certain things, maybe it's because you haven't had the closure necessary in order to step forward. That closure could be part of your stagnancy. That lack of closure could be part of your unrest, or it could be part of your rest. Because remember, we don't require closure from another person. What we require is self-love, acceptance, and the awareness that life is constant change, growth, and evolution. When you combine all of those things together, you can handle anything. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if you would like a private reading with me, you can book a session at the link tree in my bio. Until next time, bye.